Hey, I'm Lorelei, registered dietitian nutritionist. Welcome to my kitchen. Today I wanted to talk about salad dressing and show you how you can make a couple of versions on your own at home. I admit I buy and use store-bought salad dressing. It's actually not that hard to just make your own, so if you find that you're out of it or you're looking for something different than what you can find in the store, or you just want to give it a try, there's a couple of things that you can do that are really pretty easy. The first is just a really simple vinaigrette dressing. I will just shake it up in a jar. You can also whisk it in a bowl if you like. The traditional ratio is 3 parts oil to 1 part vinegar, but I'll be honest, I tend to do it with more vinegar and less oil just because I like a slightly tangier dressing. I think it works out just fine. I'm probably gonna do about half and half. If you're putting it into a jar, the thing that's kind of nice is because they don't emulsify, you can kind of gauge how much you're putting in. So I've got oil in there. The vinegar is gonna go to the bottom. So you can kind of see if you're about half and half just by looking at the layers. Now you can shake this up, and frankly, some people will just use this for dressing. It's not gonna hold together just because oil, it's like vinegar is like water. It's oil and vinegar, they don't mix. You can use some things to help emulsify, like mustard will help emulsify a little bit, but generally it's gonna have to be shaken every time you use it. The kind that you buy in a store often will have ingredients added to it to keep it from separating, but sometimes it's those ingredients that we actually don't want. They're there simply to do that role in the dressing itself, but they don't add any nutritional benefits. Olive oil is a monounsaturated fat, which is a heart-healthy fat. It is the type of fat that you want to get into your diet. If you buy a vinaigrette in the grocery store, oftentimes it will contain other vegetable oils, which aren't terrible, but generally they're used because they are cheaper. Olive oil is slightly more expensive, but when you're making your own dressing at home, this is going to come together for, not very much money at all. I am going to add a little bit of mustard. This is where you can kind of do what you want to flavor it. So I'm gonna add a few Italian herbs. This is once again from 360 Degree Flavor and Spice. I'm gonna leave the link to this in the description for this video if you're interested. So this is a blend of parsley, oregano, thyme, basil, sage, and rosemary. You could use a single herb. You can certainly use fresh herbs, but I'm just gonna add just a little sprinkle here. This is an Italian herb blend, and I think of a vinaigrette as being sort of an Italian salad dressing. And then you can add a little sweetener if you want to. I wouldn't go overboard on the sweetener. So I'm gonna do I'm just gonna do like a drip of maple syrup. Yeah, some people will do this without salt and pepper, but again, I'm gonna add a dash or so of salt. And a little pepper. And then we can shake it and taste it. If you're gonna taste it, you can taste it just by dipping your finger into it, but it's actually good to taste it with a leaf of something that you would use in a salad, so you get an idea of how it actually goes on the thing that you're eating it with. Let me taste it here. Yeah, it's good. So I'm just gonna take a little baby spinach leaf and dip it in here and see how that tastes. Yeah, I think it tastes pretty nice. Experiment with the way you like to flavor that. That's the other thing I kind of like about making your own dressing, is that you can try your own flavor combinations and see what you like best. And then this will keep in the refrigerator. Just shake it up before you use it. So this next one is probably my favorite salad dressing that I make. I really do prefer it to a vinaigrette. This is a tahini lemon dressing. However, today I'm gonna make it with sunflower butter instead of tahini because that's what I have. And I actually did a video showing you how you can make your own sunflower butter. For sunflower butter, you use sunflower seeds. Tahini is actually made from sesame seeds. So these are both seed butters. So I do think that you can use sunflower butter to replace tahini and you'll get kind of a similar thing. I'm gonna put this into a jar. This is pretty thick, so this is gonna need to be kind of mixed up with a fork. If I tried to shake it, it would probably stay all clumped together. And there's a ratio here. I'm gonna use twice the amount of sunflower butter as lemon juice. I'm gonna eyeball it a little bit, and that's okay with something like this. This actually will emulsify and stay together pretty well. I think I probably have about a half a cup. I think it's about a half a cup. So I'm gonna use about a quarter of a cup of lemon. I think the juice from this whole lemon is gonna be about right. But I may hold a little back so again, I can taste it as I make it. Okay. So the full recipe really is about 4 parts sunflower butter or tahini, 2 parts lemon juice, 1 part soy, 1 part water. But you can adjust that for consistency and flavor. And you can also slightly eyeball it, which is what I tend to do, and then adjust for flavor. So I'm gonna add some soy sauce. And then you do need to add water here. And water seems like a strange ingredient to add to a salad dressing because you think like oil and water don't mix. But it actually does blend well with the nut butter. And because there's lemon in here and soy sauce, those are water-based anyway. So water is just gonna be used to get it to the right consistency and make sure that it is not too salty or too sour. And obviously the sunflower butter was also, I think there was a little bit of salt in there, but not much. Okay. And this you want to stir until it's really smooth and creamy. No lumps, you don't want it to be grainy, and it will get to that consistency. You can use a whisk, I like a fork. Let me taste it. Yum. Sunflower seeds do have a different flavor than sesame seeds, so it's gonna be flavored a little bit different than a tahini lemon. So I would say try either, try both, whatever you have around. If you don't like tahini, you might like sunflower seed butter and you might like a sunflower lemon dressing. But if you like things like tahini and hummus, you might really like this with tahini too. And the thing about making your own salad dressings, it doesn't have preservatives, it doesn't have any added like emulsifiers or weird chemical agents used for color or flavor enhancers, which means it may not keep as long, but they actually do keep pretty well in the refrigerator for a while. So I've kept a dressing like this for over a week. It's good. This is so delicious. You can actually even use this as like a dip for veggies as well. It's creamy and tangy and salty, and that it's got a kind of nice rich savory sunflower taste to it. Just an easy way to make some salad dressings so you don't have to have them always store-bought. Woohoo!